Towson going next Thursday, of course, and on the backside of opening day, the opening day post party will be held up at Michael's Cafe in Timonium. We're going to have head coach Barry Trotz out, swabbing on behalf of the Bone Marrow Registry, and there goes my hero. We'll have some Caps talk, some Stanley Cup playoff talk. We've talked about UMBC earlier this week. Now we're going to talk about Coppin State. Outfielder Andres Santana joins us now, who was, I tell you what, playing baseball over there for Coach Sherm. I call him the skipper, and I know he's recruited some guys, but Newark, New Jersey, how did you find out about Coppin State? How did you wind up at Coppin State, Andres?
I wound up at Coppin State because my old high school coach, Coach Hayward, contacted Coach Reed for me.
And as simple as that, like just to, you get on a trail to say, hey, I'm a player, come find me. How many other schools are looking to bring kids in when you're playing baseball up in Newark, New Jersey? Probably amidst worse weather conditions than we've had here this week, right?
Yeah, it's about the same weather, but not as much. I was under the radar kid, always working hard, and I'm glad Coach Sherm gave me the opportunity to come at Coppin State and play baseball.
Well, speed's your game, right? I mean, and, the thing I used to remember as a kid, because I played ball as a kid, we all love baseball, speed doesn't take a day off, right? And certainly that's a big part of your game at this point. You track guy and do some other stuff like that? I mean, certainly you're burning it up in the MEAC right now, right?
Yeah, speed is my game. I love speed. I love running bases. Speed kills. Speed puts pressure. You can't teach speed. And I just try to follow and have everybody follow suit.
Well, I guess the other part of that is you got to get on base, right? I mean, that's where all the work in the cage and all that stuff starts paying off. I guess the biggest thing for me talking to any of you, and I've talked to some of the softball folks as well. I had Coach Reed on last week. The weather is so troubling, and I know you only going to play a couple of years there, but long term, I don't know that the weather's ever going to be good this time of the year, and I guess it's a stop, start, especially for the pitching at your level, right?
Yes, it's brutal. The cold, the hot, the cold, the hot. But I think the cold helps us in a favor because the pitches don't get as warm as quickly. They take more longer, so I think it's an advantage to the hitters.
Tell me about getting on base and drawing walks, because that's also a big part of your game. Obviously for, at this level, you're always trying to test the catchers, and the speed's the one thing. You could be as fast as a major league player, right? So, but getting on base and drawing walks, discerning strike zones, working umpires, on the inside of it. Yeah, that's something that is, even at the major league level, guys who don't walk never walk. It's not one of those things that becomes sort of an acquired trait. I've been watching baseball all my life, Andres. I very rarely have seen a guy who's a 30 walk a year guy become a 70 or 80 walk a year guy.
Yeah, I just think it comes with play discipline. I think playing at this level back to back from last year to this year, you learn certain umpires, you learn your game, you learn the zone. And as a leadoff batter, my job is to always get on base, no matter what. Is it by hit by pitch? Is it by base hit? Is it by walk? No matter what, I always have to find a way to get on base, because when I get on base, that's when I'm helping my team the most. So let it be by walks and play discipline from last year to this year. I think that's been a key component to my game, because I think I've walked as many times as I did already last year.
Wow.
I just think it's play discipline to know the zone and just be more comfortable in my game.
Is that something Coach Reed's on you about? And so I guess even in the offseason, like, how can I become a better ball player? Not swinging at bad pitches is probably a pretty good place to start, right?
Yeah, me and Coach Sherm definitely had conversations. I think early last year I was too worried about just getting hits and not staying patient and swinging at pitches. But this year I'm swinging at more of my pitches and working the counts in my favor and letting the pitcher just throw more pitches and seeing what he has and letting my teammates see what he has and getting 8, 9, 10 pitch at bats. So now I always see what he has, and now the second, the third, the fourth batter sees everything that he has thrown.
Well, I'll tell you what, if we had some major leaguers, I mean, maybe come coach some of them up at this point about plate discipline. Andres Santana. So give me your love of baseball. I mean, obviously, a name like Santana, there's a lot of, I'm of Venezuelan heritage. My cousin's a Hall of Famer. And, the Johan Santana, there's all that going on. Irvin Santana. I think for anyone with a Latino background, baseball sort of comes with it. But being up in New York, I'm sure it's Yankees and Mets and like all that. But a lot of kids playing baseball still up in your way?
Yes. I fell in love with baseball as soon as I came out. I know that's cliche, that's to say, but once I touched the bat and ball, I fell in love. Man, I used to rush my father when I was 2, 3, 4 years old all day, work him. Like it was a 9 to 5, he was working with me. So and it stuck with me. So Little League to high school, and I'm even fortunate and blessed to be playing Division I baseball. And it doesn't stop here. I mean, everybody that gets to this level wants to continue playing and get that chance to play professional baseball. But that love started real early for me.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got a fun Twitter page here, too. I'm going to tell everybody to go out there and follow all of your fun over Coppin State. It's Mr. October Baby _ Mr. MR October. Reggie Jackson? What you mean, we're number 24? I probably saw some Ramirez. So I don't, why number 24? Start with that.
Okay, number 24. If the date of my mom's birthday, she's born on
sentimental. See, I thought it was a baseball thing.
No, it's more of it's a couple of things. It's my mom's birthday, the 24th of this month, actually. My old high school coach, Coach Hayward, wore 24, and he was a big part of me playing baseball. And then also my favorite athlete was Kobe Bryant. So those three mixture of things help me.
See, when I think 24 in baseball, I think Ken Griffey, right? There's definitely some 24s out there, so I had it all wrong. And Mr. October, I mean, come on, man. I remember Reggie Jackson. That's before your time, I also remember Dave Winfield, who George Steinbrenner once called Mr. May, which is not a compliment, but it would be in your world, right? In your world, if you did really well in May, that would be a compliment. But
that's very much a compliment. That's when postseason starts, so if I get to get called Mr. May, that's amazing.
Well, I know you've had a bunch of games banged out because of the weather and stuff. I am certainly wishing you better weather as you guys get more into the heart of the MEAC schedule. You get out to see Coppin State play at Joe Cannon Stadium down there in Hanover. Coach Reed's got the guys out there, and good fun, right? I mean, you're having a good time playing baseball at Coppin State, right?
Yes, having a great time.
It's because you're running the bases and drawing walks and getting on base. So we'll send everybody out to Coppin State Sports. You can find him out. It says Skywalker, but he's Mr. October Baby out on Twitter. Outfielder and always on base and running around, Andres Santana joining us here from the Eagles. You can see their schedule and everything, roster, all that good stuff. Statistics, including a gaudy 5'10" OBP for him out at CoppinStateSports.com. Andres, a pleasure, man. Keep up the good work, all right?
Thank you, man. It's been a pleasure.
You got it. Andres Santana from the Coppin State Eagles. We'll get back next week. We'll have some more Coppin State commentary. Also grabbing some guys from UMBC, cleaning up what was left over from Charlotte over the weekend, which was just an amazing weekend, I think, for all the local universities, and gave me a chance to share my Coppin pictures from 1997 with Fang Mitchell, who brought all the players out to the studio. I famously brag about illicitly feeding them pizza that I'm sure broke all sorts of NCAA violations back in 1997, but I'm hoping the statute of limitations is, that they're not going to, dock Coppin State the win over South Carolina, because they certainly earned it. But we'll be watching basketball all weekend long, getting ready for opening day next week. Reminder, head coach Barry Trotz, the Washington Capitals, going to join us at Michael's Cafe Timonium beginning at 7:30 p.m. on the 29th. You know it, as baseball fans, as opening day. We're going to call it the opening day after party up in Timonium. Stop by and see the coach. Get swabbed for the bone marrow registry and for There Goes My Hero. I should invite Andres and the Coppin State baseball team out to do that, but I'm sure they're making up another game. They have such an aggressive schedule. It's incredible. If you go up and check out their schedule, they're playing 4 or 5 times a week in some cases, keeping pitching together here over the next 5-6 weeks of baseball, and then it's onward and upward, I mean, the best weather's not the best for college baseball. We always talk about that. I am Nestor. You can find me out in the buyatoyota.com audio vault 24 hours a day from anywhere in the world on your mobile device by downloading the TuneIn Radio app. We come in crystal clear from anywhere you happen to be. Nasty@WNST.net is my email address. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Instagram, streaming live on our Facebook Live, as well as our YouTube WNSTV channel. We are WNST.net, AM 1570 and WNST Towson, Baltimore, and we never stop talking Baltimore sports.